Capricorn, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are a returning subscriber, much love. I appreciate you. I know you have a hell of a lot of choices out there with tarot readers, but I just appreciate you choosing Steampunk, okay? All right, as I tell everybody, just a general reading. Sometimes these cards line up with us, sometimes they do not. Don't hate the reader. I'm just going to give as many explanations as I can. We'll jump into your reading, okay? Do keep in mind, Capricorn, that I always put your haiku poems right before your reading, okay? All right, Capricorn, I wish for you health, wealth, stability, love, peace, abundance. All right, we're going to get into this, Capricorn, as quick as I can for you. We've got your current energy, your crossing challenge. We've got the foundation, recent past. We have the possibilities, the near future. We have the self. We have the environment, hopes, fears, wishes, or worries, outcome, and direction. Okay, Capricorn, give me just a minute to look at these cards, and while I'm doing that, here are your brand new poems from Haiku Corner. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to jump right into this reading. I'm going to be honest with you. This feels like one of them sassy as hell readings, okay? I feel like you're on your glow up, blow up, and you're cutting some people out of your life here, okay? We're going to talk about this. We're going to get into this reading. You've got the 10 of Pentacles right off the bat, okay? This is the year you're no longer auditioning. You know, no more roles for anybody else. I've outgrown your ass. Leave me alone, okay? This does got kind of a modern Gen Z type of reading here, okay? So just take what fits, you guys, all right? But it's got everything: love, money, glow ups, karmic cycles, you know, patterns. Some of this has got teeth, okay? So just hang in here with me. We'll get to the bottom of it, all right? Capricorn, you're giving that main character with like generational wealth type of potential, okay? You may not have this yet, but this is the attitude, right? You ain't chasing love, you're building a damn legacy, okay? And someone sees it. Someone is definitely seeing this, and hard, okay? Someone's literally imagining you, you know, at their holiday festivals, like, yeah, that's my person, okay? We're talking about maybe a masculine energy here, okay? It's got that low-key planning. You know, if they're planning the future with you, but they're pretending they're chill too, okay? And you mean business, right? The feminine energy here is definitely, you know, I'm already picturing what your last name would look like with theirs, right? So, all right. I don't know. Somebody could be looking at your socials too. They want to know, you know, hey, are you long-term material or what? Okay. This is that, you know, the past breadcrumber, you know, suddenly realizing, oh shit, you're the stable one. You know what I mean? This is a money opportunity, maybe coming in from nowhere, right? This is given that CEO energy, okay, without even trying. You know, someone's parents would, like, you know, love you. You know what I mean? You're attracting people who want to invest in you, not drain you, okay? So you've got that radiating kind of glow about you. You know, I know my worth. So, you know, please act accordingly, right? Okay, this is, I'm not settling for the bare minimum ever again energy, okay? So I'm going to move on. We're going to take a look now at this crossing challenge. We got the Strength card. We could be talking about Leo energy here. Don't have to be, but we could be. This is I don't know. This is letting someone in without assuming that they're going to ruin your damn life. Okay. You like someone, but it's kind of terrifying for you. Okay. Masculine energy, they want to protect you, but maybe they don't know how to say it. Okay. And the feminine energy here could definitely look like, maybe I'm just too much. Okay. But I feel like someone's feelings for you are a hell of a lot stronger than maybe their communication skills at this time. Okay. So maybe you're just, I don't know, learning to receive love instead of, having to do the performance acts. You know what I'm saying? But it's you definitely softening, but you've got boundaries up. Okay. And a lot of these cards are showing that. So like I said, there's a little bit of teeth coming up. So just take this with a grain of salt. All right. But you're learning that vulnerability is not your weakness. Okay. And you don't have to be the strong one 24/7. Okay. This is emotional courage. It's not like emotional lockdown here for you. Okay. Some of you could be seeing synchronicities. The Strength card kind of resonates with like the spirit animal, the hummingbird. The hummingbird represents that love can be gentle here. So just keep your eye open for them little guys, right? All right, moving on into the foundation. We got the Four of Swords. Okay. You've been in your, leave me alone, I'm in my healing era type situation, right? This could look like recovering from I don't know, a previous toxic, relationship, something like that. But it's also got that I'm thinking really, really heavily upon you at 2 a.m. Oh yeah. Choosing peace, over your chaos, that kind of bullshit. But I'm like, I don't know, you're not responding instantly anymore. Okay. This is I'm kicking back. I'm I'm selective as hell is who's going to get access to me. Okay. This could be, like I said, somebody, kind of like, silently watching your glow up take place, breaking the habit of overgiving, learning to, I don't know, maybe just sit with your own feelings, instead of just like, and I don't mean this in disrespectful way, but it's like, we've all gone through the run game. Okay. So maybe you've kind of learned that, hey, I'm just going to sit in this and I'm going to find out what the hell this is because I'm done with patterns. You know what I mean? So it's preparing for like a new chapter in your life, and you're not really forcing it here. Okay. It's kind of like the soft reset, right? For some of you, you could be seeing synchronicities like mirrors or something like that. Anything to do with mirror, even you could be like having that just go over in your head, this particular person that's on your mind or something, you're starting to see those patterns clearly, and it's helping you to choose differently. Okay. That's what the mirror is going to represent for you there. In the recent past, we got the devil, you know, this might poke an old bruise on you again, so I'm going to go slow, right? But, you know, oh, disconnection. Yeah, it was given like toxic, but the chemistry was insane. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up with this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was toxic, but whole anyway, yeah. This could be like a situationship that kind of gave you that fever dream, right? Someone breadcrumbed the hell out of you and kept you hooked. It's got third party mess involved here. Maybe some of you dealt with a masculine energy who a little bit of narcissistic tendencies. They wanted to control. I don't know. Somebody texting you late at night with the zero follow through. I don't know. It's got sexual connection. Maybe that might have clouded your judgment a little bit. Like I said from the very beginning, that toxic, but the chemistry was insane. So we could be talking about that, right? Anyway, it could be also, like I said, just a karmic loop that finally you're done with. You broke the chain, moved away from it. This was kind of like your villain origin story, right? But you're healing from it. Okay. So definitely storms, emotional turbulence, and causing some kind of some forced clarity upon your part there. You had that four of swords that the devil followed from, right? So, all right, moving on now into the possibilities. We have the Two of Swords. It's go time here, Capricorn. It is go time, and this is like some of you could be having deja vu. Could have dreamed about this, be on the elevator one day and bam, it just hits you. You're at a crossroads. And the universe is like, choose the version of you that does not self-sabotage here. This is, you know, maybe a couple of people you're having to choose between, right? Um, could be a couple of futures that you're trying to decide, which direction to go here. Someone new entering, just as someone else resurfaces. It's got that dual energy involved here. Okay, it could be like the masculine energy. Maybe they're just scared to take a shot, right? The feminine energy is kind of like waiting for someone to make the move first. It could be like a job offer for some of you that's going to have to it's going to force kind of a big decision upon your part. Or I don't know, maybe you're torn between the, I don't know, independence and partnership. I don't know, just take what fits with that energy. But I don't know, it's got the deciding whether to block or forgive. Choosing between like comfort, growth. Anyway, um, I don't know. The modern interpretation here is you pick the timeline, you pick the moment. Okay. All right. Moving on into the near future. We got the Seven of Wands. You know, you're protecting your peace. It's a luxury item. Because it is, right. You're setting boundaries and no longer apologizing, and you should. Someone tries harder when you as soon as you pull back, they're trying harder. This has got that feminine energy that's I'm done over giving, and the masculine energy is definitely in the step up kind of mode here. Okay, I ain't explaining myself to no one. This has got, you keep testing me, you're on mute. You know what I'm saying? I'm defending my goals from everybody else's opinions. Not letting people kind of like guilt trip you anymore. Yeah, this is done with the emotional freeloader energy. Okay, this is access is earned, not assumed era. That's what this card represents. You know what I mean? Some of you could be seeing synchronicities around this time too, like 717. That's divine protection, okay, and alignment. So pay attention to the synchronicities in that, okay? Moving on into the self, we have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles associates with, the Mercury or the Venus transit. So there could be something about that date or time when we're talking about this Three of Pentacles. This is in I'm building something real era here, okay? For some of you, you could be seeing like foxes, okay, as synchronicities, okay? This is collaboration with someone who definitely respects your talent here. This is a masculine energy who wants to build with you. The feminine energy in this card is, I want to support your dreams, okay? This could talk about, like I said, those new clients, that new opportunity, that new money or something like that. But I don't know, it could also represent like somebody you work with, maybe has a crush on you. This could look like, you're leveling up your craft, whatever you're doing, kind of, just studying up, getting prepared for that next chapter, um, just becoming the expert in your lane. Okay. This is attracting people who want to invest in you. Hella more magnetic. Okay. This is, I'm focused. Um, and this gives off that quiet luxury, but make it a little spiritual as well. Right. So, anyway, this is definitely, you're the blueprint in this card, right? And like I said, the fox, it represents clever moves, strategic upgrades. So that could be the spirit animal for somebody here. Okay, keep that in mind. All right, we're moving on into the environment now. We've got this Nine of Wands, that wounded soldier energy. Okay, but don't panic. I got you. All right, we're gonna unpack it. It's this is when the weather changes dramatically. That's your synchronicity, right? And you're gonna know what that means for you. Some of you could be seeing synchronicities around like timestamps, matching angel numbers or something like that. But this is when the weather changes. This is someone around you, that may be exhausted but still holding on. Okay, that masculine energy who's scared to trust again, and the feminine energy who's like, they got that afraid of being abandoned again or something. But I don't know. Someone's definitely watching you. Maybe a little afraid or intimidated, like I said, by your glow up. So, a person might think that you're too good for them. Right? Not your problem. Someone who wants to try again, but maybe they fear a little rejection on your part. Okay, and it could look like just that connection that needs a little space. It needs some patience, right? Some timing here. So I don't know, maybe someone who's tired but not done. That could be you. You know what I mean? You did have that Four of Swords energy there, kind of kicking back, taking your time. Um, I don't know. They're scared, but they care. You know, that's the kind of energy I've got here, right? On either end of that spectrum, all right? All right, hopes, fears, wishes, and worries. We've got the Emperor here. I don't know. For some of you, there could be a little bit of pressure in the chest. Okay. Um, the Emperor represents that stability, right? But it's got like that fear of losing your independence. Maybe for some of you, that might be the case here. But it's like, you know, I need that partner that shows up, and so the fear sets in. Um, you know, that you might fear attracting that controlling type of person again, right? So that kind of that hits you in that you know, sacral region or in the chest, the heart space region, right? It's a feminine energy that wants to feel chosen, and perhaps maybe you fear like settling. Okay, you want someone who's going to communicate clearly with you, someone who matches your ambition, you know, that type of energy. But um, you know, you need that person to also lead with integrity. Okay, and I feel I feel like you want a partner, not a project, right? I mean, that's definitely where I'm getting with that energy, you know. So basically the chest pressure for you, the synchronicity, is talking about the emotional truth that's surfacing. Okay, some of you could be experiencing that. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I'm just saying, some of us wear emotions, you know, in lots of places in our body, especially when certain areas of our body, the chakras are closed off. So this is all about you opening up again. The reason I say is because in your outcome, in the direction, bam, Capricorn, this is songs from your past right here. You know, this is when the next moon shift phase comes in. This is real connection. This is emotional safety. You know, this is peace. Okay. This is someone confessing their feelings to you. This is that, you know, that masculine energy becoming, you know, emotionally available finally, right? Or the feminine energy that's going to let you in, you know, some relationship that's going to definitely deepen here. Okay. So trust your, you know, trust your intuition again. This is what this card represents, and deep intuition. Like I said, it's really the clearing of the chakras. You know what I'm saying? This is receiving that message you've been waiting on. You know, you choose love without fear. You know, so it definitely has that emotional glow up as well. Okay, and this is in the outcome and direction. Okay, so it's like this is love that does not drain you. Okay, some of you, you know, some of you could be like I don't know, dancing again to them old '90s tunes, right? This is the emotional memory activation card here. Okay, Capricorn. Excuse me. You know, I know you're done with the bare minimum energy. Okay, I get it. I've seen it throughout the cards. You know, you're done with the people who only show up when it benefits them. Right. This year is about it's the takeover of your own emotional safety. You know, it's got real partnership, real money, real stability. These are beautiful. These are beautiful outcomes that is in this spread. Okay, and the Queen of Cups here is closing everything with this softness, this emotional honesty, and I feel like that someone who fumbled you is about to realize they messed up. You know, I feel like they messed with the wrong damn earth sign here. Okay, let me get those off the screen. Yeah, they messed with the wrong earth sign. Capricorn, this is a kick-ass reading. I know there was a little bit of teeth in it. I hope you followed along with me. If you did stick it out with me, give it a thumbs up, would you? You deserve that. You know, give some love to the reader. Anyway, Capricorn, I hope you got something from it. I hope it was confirmation or clarity for others. Okay. Anyway, I appreciate you for being here, and I hope I get to see you on the next readings. Okay. All right. Bye bye.